What's going on, you guys? It's Mario here. We are doing this week's Questions with Mario episode. I decided to change it up a little bit. I wanted to head to the beach. It's a little cloudy right now, but I thought it would be fun to change it up a little bit anyways. So we're going to jump on into this week's questions, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, the first one, Amanda asks, I have a family that's trying to double up with a senior session and a family session in one. How would you respond to this request? I love to give my seniors 100% dedicated attention. So personally, I offer complimentary family sessions to every senior that books with me. I love to just make the senior session exactly that, about their senior time. I don't want them to be stressing about other members of the family and trying to coordinate, timing and all that kind of thing. And I know that my family sessions are going to purchase wall prints and or an album. So I know that I'm gonna get like a killer sales from that. So what I like to do is do all of my senior shoots in the summer going into fall, and then I love to shoot all of my family sessions in the fall. So I love to add on, a little bit more busy work in that September, October, and sometimes even November range to offset. And I see some killer sales from family sessions. I don't personally love to do them. It's not what I signed up for, essentially. But the financial reward is awesome, and I love getting to really round out the rest of their experience with a solid family session. All right, you guys, Lisa asks, how long should a marketing video on behind the scenes of a group model shoot be? I'm doing one Sunday, and my videographer is asking. First of all, I'm so glad that you're using video to promote your business and brand. I think a lot of photographers are missing the mark on that, so I'm incredibly proud that you're jumping into that. For a group shoot, I would say anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes would be really acceptable. I think that there's also a great opportunity to do individual promo videos for each senior. And these can be like 10 to 15 seconds, and you can give it to them, and that way they can share it on their own social media pages and whatnot. And it's a great way to really just show your reach way beyond photos. So I would say for a group shoot, for a really nice behind the scenes for yourself, anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes. I would even have your videographer cut together a couple of 30 to 60 second promo clips as well. They should be super easy to do, and you can break up those videos over multiple posts, over multiple platforms, and that would be my recommendation. I've done that a couple times, and it's worked out super well. So hopefully that helps, and I can't wait to see what video you shoot. I'm really excited. All right, the next one comes from Chantel. She says, is it just me, or do you see other photographers posting seniors with the famous arm on top of the head pose and totally love it, but when it comes to getting your senior to actually do it, it seems awkward? This really comes down to us as photographers being able to read our clients and understand what they can do. I have some seniors that can do this squatting pose, and they just crush it. They kill it. They make it look amazing. And I have other clients that they can't do this to save their life. They really, they just can't. They don't have the wardrobe to support it. There's no way that they're able to actually do it. You guys are silly. How's it going? Good. Have fun. And there are some poses that work really well for other clients. So I think a lot of it comes down to being able to read your seniors and really test them on what poses can work. In regards to that specific instance, I only have a handful of seniors that can really do this kind of up over the arm pose and have it look really good. So I tell my seniors that there are some looks that work really well for certain people, and having an arsenal of poses and looks is really what it comes down to. I try not have my seniors want a specific pose or a specific look, just because there's so many different body shapes and styles and personality types, and all of this really plays an important part into being able to create a look for them. So don't stress too much if you're not able to make a certain pose look. That's not the goal. But find the poses that do work with certain body types, and then you can really focus on those while you're doing your shoot. The next question comes from Stephanie. She says, can we talk about weather? It's supposed to be 107 here one day next week. I have a bonus session, but I personally think that's too hot. I reschedule it for the morning instead. Now, I shoot in both Colorado and California, and so 107 is really hot. I don't know if I can actually speak onto whether I would want to shoot at 107 degrees. But typically in Colorado and in California, where we see temperatures that range between 90 and 98 degrees or so, I won't reschedule because of temperature itself. However, I will make sure that the shoot time is comfortable, whether that's going to be a little earlier in the morning or whether it's going to be a little later in the evening. Personally, I have to deal with the rain a lot more than I have to deal with temperatures. So, for example, in Colorado, it's very common for it to rain, between 4 and 7 p.m. And so I actually have to shoot maybe a little earlier in the day. But I would say use your best judgment. You want your clients to be comfortable, but at the same time, if you live in a very hot and humid climate where it's just going to be 100 degrees for, a month or two, then make sure that, if you do have to shoot in that your clients are really well hydrated. Make sure that you're hydrated. And what I love to do is just take a break, every outfit and jump in a car, get some air conditioning. If you're shooting a downtown session or somewhere that has some restaurants, jump in, grab a beverage, and just add a little bit of extra time to offset that. But, for me, when I'm traveling, because I travel a lot to my senior shoots now, so I actually fly into town and shoot them, I don't have that flexibility to reschedule a whole lot of shoots. So I really just make the best of it. A little bit of pre-planning with, staying hydrated and finding air-conditioned spaces in between looks is probably going to be your best bet. Okay, and Samantha asks, have you teamed up with local boutiques? And can you give me a rundown on how that works? Do the kids buy the clothes? Do they wear them and return them? What's the policy if they mess them up? This is a fantastic question. I've been teaming up with a lot of boutiques, both designers and retailers, and my best recommendation is to make an incredible personal connection with them. So offer to do a couple lookbooks for them, offer to do a couple shoots. I've done this, and now I have access to some incredible wardrobe pieces that I can just literally go and pick up. I don't have to pay for them. Obviously, if they're damaged, then I'll offer to pay for them, or if they get dirty and they need dry cleaning, then I'll obviously cover that. But it's a great way to just make a little bit more of a mark in the industry and to partner with other small businesses. A lot of these boutiques and retailers, they need photographers, and so I absolutely love getting to do these kind of promo shoots for them in exchange for having just some killer wardrobe options. So I would say talk to them and see if they've done it before, figure out what hasn't worked for them, and then you can go ahead and offset their pain points and still be able to use them. Okay guys, Mandy asks, hey studio owners, to studio or not to studio? An amazing space just opened up in my area, dream studio, everything I wanted, moving ready. The overhead is my only fear. Mandy, this is such an incredible question. I have operated with every possible scenario. I've had my own studio, I've had a co-op studio, I've had a residential space that I use as a studio, and I've done it where I've just traveled to my clients and I haven't had a studio at all. And so I would say if you are confident that you can offset the cost of the studio, then go for it. I think there's a certain credibility that goes along with having a studio. On the same token, I haven't had a physical location in Colorado for 3 years now. And so I'm still booking a ton of high-end seniors. I don't have a physical space. I don't even have a car in Colorado right now. So I think that, if you feel like your brand confidence needs that studio space, then I would say do it. But honestly, the images that you provide, the experience that you provide, all of these things are going to be so much more important than having an actual retail space. I know I'm gonna get some comments about that, but given that I've gone through every possible scenario, I'm gonna say that most commonly, photographers aren't able to offset the cost of a studio space with extra work. You know, if you just tell yourself that you need to book an extra senior a month to cover your studio expenses, then is that work that you're wanting to take on? And honestly, you don't even just want to cover the studio expenses, you actually want to profit from it. I think a lot of people forget that aspect. You don't just want to cover your studio costs, you actually want to make money off of it. So I would take a long, you know, hard look at it and see if you can actually create a system where the studio is going to generate extra profit for you, whether you're doing other shoots maybe in the winter time that are going to offset that. And if you can't see a viable business solution that's going to offset that, then I would say don't do a studio. Focus on creating, you know, better work. Focus on creating better social presence, and really drive home the strong suits that you have right now to, you know, deliver a better client experience. Okay, you guys, that was this week's Questions with Mario. I hope you guys had a great time. Let me know if you liked the more casual, relaxed beach session. I had a great time. I just hopped on the bike and cruised on down, and I absolutely love it here. All right, you guys, I have some new fans. I came here to record this session, and these girls have been just stalking me non-stop. So you're gonna see them. What are you guys' names?
Lucy. Pia. I'm his neighbor.
You guys are crazy. What's your guys' names?
I'm Luca.
Luca.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Max.
Max. That's awesome, you guys. You guys just enjoying a beach session?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's cool.